Welcome to the world united. Welcome to the world united.
She also offers the only professional training courses in sound therapy in South Africa. So today, as the sound therapy practitioner, meditation coach, and Reiki master, Dr. Wilna's topic is activating the relaxation response through active and passive sound meditation. How exciting. Thank you, Dr. Wilna. Welcome.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to share more with you on the power of sound and how it can be used for young and old to deal with stress, because it's one of the biggest killers today. I'm going to switch off my video and share a screen with you so I can show you a PowerPoint presentation. So is that fine? Can you all see the screen?
I think I need to share my screen.
The noise is behind. Okay.
Is that fine? Okay. Right, so as Sapna said, I'm Dr. Wilna for short from Hartbeespoort in South Africa, where I run the South African Center for Sound Therapy, and I work with little ones from toddler age to very old, and one of the techniques I use is called sound meditation. There's two different ways in which I use it and in which I teach it, so the active way and the passive way, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. The use of sound for healing is as old as humankind itself. If you think of Pythagoras, he wrote specific scales, which are successions of notes for specific ailments. In the Old Testament of the Bible, we read of David, who soothed King Saul's fierce temper with harp music. And we read of the destructive power of sound when the walls of Jericho were brought down by the sound of trumpets and the vibration of people's feet stamping on the floor. And to this day, indigenous tribes still use a combination of music and dance and plant medicine to reach altered states of consciousness. So the effect of sound and music is undeniable, and it's still used in especially indigenous tribes. But unfortunately, as humans became more advanced in technology, we moved away from this power of sound for health. The previous speaker talked about the oneness between humans, and that links with where I'm going to talk about the fact that everything is vibration. Sound is vibration, so it's a wonderful tool to use to help people to reconnect, to raise their vibration as well. I'm going to show you a short video that demonstrates the vibratory effect of sound. You will see two tuning forks. The one in the back will be struck and it will make a sound, and that will set off a vibration in the tuning fork in the front. So this is to demonstrate the effect of sound vibration. So you saw the tuning fork at the back was struck and it set off the vibration in the one in the front. That makes the ping pong ball move. So I'm just going to show it again, because this is a very important principle of sound meditation. There, the movement of the ping pong ball shows that the tuning fork in the front is vibrating as well. And this is called sympathetic resonance entrainment. Here it was done through sound vibrations. I'm sure all of you are also familiar with it when you have a lovely conversation with someone and you would say you're on the same vibration as the other person. It actually happens that sometimes two dancers' heartbeats start to beat at the same frequency as well. So it's a common state in nature, which is called sympathetic resonance entrainment. And a lot of the time with stress, this actually happens in a negative way, where even when people are feeling good, if they walk into a room where there was an argument, they can feel their energy goes down. Their energy is entrained into a more negative space. So then it takes some effort to pull up again to a more positive space. And that is where sound meditation can also help. So a little bit more about what sound meditation is. It's basically where I use guided meditation to help people focus their mind. It's very often it's mindfulness that I use. I work with people of different religions. And then the awesome sound tools that I use. Here are some pictures of them. There's the quartz crystal singing bowls, the Tibetan singing bowls, the shamanic drum, and the voice. So all of these tools have been found to sympathetically entrain a person's energy bodies and physical body to activate the relaxation response. So basically to help them to relax. In the same way that the one tuning fork entrained the other tuning fork's vibration to start to go into motion, in the same way people's energies are also entrained in a positive way through the use of these sound tools. I can use an example of entrainment also with our brain waves, how sound meditation helps with that. So the four main brainwave states are beta, alpha, theta, and delta. At this very moment, while you're listening to me, you're hopefully in beta, which is the alert brainwave state, in which focus and learning can happen effectively. It's also the brain state that can cause most stress disorders in young and old, because many people stay in beta for too long. When we meditate, we enter the alpha brainwave state, and we can go deeper to the alpha theta border as well. And this happens when we fall asleep, but many people don't stay long enough in the alpha theta state. They don't stay long enough to get the beneficial rest and rejuvenation that happens in this state. And this is often due to stress. So as I said, the sound tools that I use help to entrain the brain, the body, the energy, and then also, as I said, the brain into the alpha brainwave state. When I play these sounds, people can enter meditation much more easily than without the sounds. Before I tell you more about the active and passive sound meditation techniques, let's first look at stress and the relaxation response and why it is of paramount importance in education. Can I just get a sign that I'm still online? Thank you. So stress has been identified as the single most potent risk factor for mental and physical health problems in adults as well as in children in adolescence and adolescents. I see more and more children in my practice with severe stress problems, and they get to a stage also where they don't really want to talk about their stress anymore. And talk therapies don't really always work for them. and that's where I find also that the sounds help them to relax in such a way that they can then tell me what is wrong as well. So the psychotherapist Jen Rapano said that our children are growing up in a highly competitive, overstimulated, and sometimes overwhelming world without the necessary skills for managing it. The previous speaker spoke about values education, which I'm very excited about, because I believe that will help children also to learn how to deal with their own stress. Here are some of the symptoms of the body stress response, which I'm sure you're very familiar with as well. The nervous system gets affected with the heart beating faster, the musculoskeletal system, muscles tense and can trigger tension headaches. I'm quite alarmed by how many tiny little people, age 5 and 6, would tell me they have headaches. Which it shouldn't be like that. They must still play and enjoy life, but because of all the demands of life, their stress levels rise, their parents have stress, and then they get all these stress symptoms. Breathing quickens. Panic attacks are quite common in learners at school these days as well. Cardiovascular system, heart rate increases. Endocrine system, signals sent from glands to the body cause a release of cortisol in the body to fight the perceived threat. And then gastrointestinal system, you get a lot with children as well, where they would complain from stomach ache, and very often it's the stress response in the body that becomes chronic and then causes stomach ache. Now I'm going to use an example of stress in the olden days and stress today, because you might say the stress response in the body has been the same for people living in caves centuries ago and today as well. But what we're going to look at is the things that cause the stress that's so different. If you imagine a cave dweller going out to hunt, and his heart rate increases as he sees an antelope that he wants to shoot, and his heart rate increases, he stresses for his own survival, but then he shoots the animal, it's killed on impact, and immediately the cave dweller relaxes because the threat is over and he has food for the day. The times we live in now is that adults and learners experience chronic stress. If you just look at this photo, it's perhaps a mum trying to get ready for work. The child maybe doesn't want to go to school because of a test or being bullied at school. This kind of stress doesn't stop. There's not a beast out there that you can go and kill and then get rid of the stressor. It's a chronic stress. It's daily. It doesn't stop. So the big problem between stress in the olden days and stress today is that adults and learners have very little opportunity to experience the relaxation response. They don't have time to exhale, to exit survival mode, knowing that a stressful event is over and you can relax. So this kind of chronic stress, it is what can lead to physical diseases, emotional problems, maladaptive behavior, psychological imbalances, spiritual imbalances. So there's numerous physical and non-physical ailments that can be caused by chronic stress. What happens then is that it looks to me as though the body almost forgets how to relax. It forgets what is the relaxation response. Herbert Benson put it very nicely when he said, the relaxation response is a physical state of deep rest that changes the physical and emotional responses to stress. It's therefore the complete opposite of the stress response. When we relax, serotonin increases, which is known as the happiness hormone. Endorphin levels rise, known as the pain-relieving hormone. People sleep better when their body's relaxation response is in action because melatonin levels are higher. Immune function improves. Adrenaline levels drop. Norepinephrine drops. So as you can see, the relaxation response is very important, but because of chronic stress, people forget how to relax. So I'm a big fighter, activist for education in the field of relaxation. People from preschool to old age need to learn how to relax. They need to learn how to activate the body's relaxation response. And then I get people who tell me, yeah, but they sit in front of the TV and they relax. We do not relax that much in front of the TV. You need to go into a state where your body can rejuvenate, and that is in a very, very deep, relaxed state only. So now we get to active and passive sound meditation and how it works and how it can help to activate the relaxation response in the body. Active sound meditation is where people use their own voice to produce specific sounds, or they play the singing bowls themselves, or they use specific therapeutic drum rhythms themselves. Passive sound meditation is where someone lies down or sits down and they listen to the therapist. The children call it sleep. They come into my class and they say, "Ma'am, are we going to sleep today?" And then I say, first we need to do some breathing and sound. So first we do active sound meditation and then passive sound meditation. Both of these techniques are quite simple to teach, but they can be so powerful. A very, very easy technique, which is also, sorry, I forgot to tell you just that with sound meditation, active and passive, they're both client-centered, and the therapist helps and guides during passive sound meditation, and active sound meditation is the client. The choice of which of these to use is determined by the needs of the client. So before I end, I would just like you to look at a very easy active sound meditation technique, which is called humming, and you do that with your own voice. The beauty of humming is you simply make a sound, so you have the benefit of a slow out breath combined with the relaxing sound vibrations that you feel in your head and chest. It facilitates mindfulness of the present moment, and it soothes away tension in the upper body and neck. And what I love about working with the voice is it helps people to learn how to express themselves in daily life as well. You often get where school children suddenly become quiet because of perhaps bullying or stress at home. When you help them with a technique where they learn how to strengthen their voice, how to control their voice, it's part of the therapy path to help them to stand up for themselves, to feel more empowered, to be able to deal with stress on a daily basis. So that's me in a nutshell, and the use of passive and active sound meditation in the activation of the relaxation response.
That was fascinating and excellent. I think you need to turn everyone to hear an echo. Turn off your sound. There we